Glory to Jesus Christ, when the swan spreads its wings. Study fish, in the water they fly, so to speak, and they find the air they need in the water. They would die in our atmosphere, just as we would die in water. Watch their habits, their way of mating and procreating their kind, their beauty, their permanent homes, and their wanderings. Study the enormous number of different kinds of birds, the variety of their shapes and colors. Some are mute, others sing. Who gave them the gift of song? Who placed a tiny lyre in the breast of the cicada? Who has arranged things in such a way that this little creature gets excited in hot water and fills the woods with its music and accompanies passers-by with it? And who helps the swan to compose its song when it spreads its wings to the blowing of the breeze? It gives me joy to speak of these things because they unfold to us the greatness of God. This reading, taken from Oration number 28 by Saint Gregory Nazianzen, underlines how everything in this world is placed in proper atmosphere or environment where that animal or bird can fulfill its purpose. These readings that this month, these readings that we've been following, they all talk about creation. And they all underline that creation is perfect for the creatures that are in it. In many ways, in our lives, in human existence, there are difficulties, problems, inconsistencies. We find ourselves in environments that apparently are not made for us. Actually, this is the wonder of things, that when we look around and we look at the animals and birds and creatures of this planet, we see that they somehow perfectly fit into the place they live in. Their natural instincts are perfect for whatever situation they find themselves in. And if for some reason they are taken away from that situation, they die. They cease to exist. If that harmony is broken, their existence is not possible anymore. Human being is the only being that seems to find itself in an environment that is completely hostile to us. Our natural instincts are not made to even keep us alive in this world. And this is why we come up with these marvelous inventions, starting from a wheel and fire to the most sophisticated inventions of our days. We struggle to find ourselves in this world, to find ourselves an environment in which we can survive. And this is marvelous. This is strange. This gave life to many theories that human species do not come from this world, but have been planted somehow here by aliens. Well, why is that so? In religious view, the problem with us, with human beings, and our problem of not being able to survive and live in this world is original sin. It brought death into the world, not only into human existence, but into the world. And it broke the relationship, the perfect relationship that was created by God, was intended by God, is intended by God, but it broke because of human sin. And after this moment, we find difficulty in living in this world. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of energy for human kind to fight its way through existence. We are successful in that, but this makes our lives difficult, just like it is pointed out in the first book of the Bible. In our sweat, we have to find ourselves nourishment. Well, still there is hope in all this. There is a ray of light that illuminates this our human condition and our human existence. And this ray of light is our spiritual life. Even though in physical world, in environment, natural environment where we find ourselves in, it is difficult and it takes all our strength to survive, in our spiritual lives, we are made perfect to fit into God's world, into God's creation. It does take struggle. It does take a fight against our weaknesses and our sins. But still, it is a battle that Christ won for us. We are already victorious. We just have to accept His victory. And once we do that, we will fit perfectly into God's creation. When God created things, He had an idea of what He was creating. And that idea was perfect. What came out of that idea, world, in reality, is perfect because it corresponded to God's idea. We broke that idea. Or I should say, we broke the realization of this idea with the original sin. That is a problem, a stone that has been taken away from the building of God's creation. But we can fill it up with our following and trying to become like Christ. He is a fully human who fits back into the original image of God. Let us live today trying to find spiritual health, peace, and harmony with God's image of humanity. Glory to Jesus Christ.